Hello, I hope you've had a lovely week and the weather has been kind to you. Unfortunately, here on our narrowboat, the weather has not been kind to us, and because of that, it's thrown up quite a few challenges. But life does throw challenges at you, and I suppose you just have to deal with them one at a time. So this vlog is about how we are dealing with the challenges and what the challenges are, as well as the mindful bit, because it's really important to stay mindful and calm. So we left our mooring where we were before, and on Thursday we arrived here in Windsor, and we knew about this mooring because we watched Foxes Afloat and they stayed here. What's really good about this mooring, even though we do have to pay £15 a night for it, is we have use of some electricity. So Friday, the afternoon of Friday, and all through the weekend, we were hit by Storm Alex, as if you're in the UK, I'm sure you were too. And it rained really, really heavily. And it's rained so much so that all of the River Thames has been put into red, which means we can't move our boat. And luckily, I've got a really fancy piece of narrowboat kit, so I'll drop a link to it down in the description, of a way of measuring the flow of the Thames to know when it is actually safe to proceed. And this piece of kit is telling us at the moment it's definitely not safe to proceed. Fortunately, on Saturday there was a slight reprieve from the rain, enough to get out and explore Windsor, which was good to be able to do. Windsor Castle, the Queen's favourite residence, is the largest and oldest inhabited castle in the world. Built nearly 1,000 years ago, 10 kings are buried here, and you can view Queen Mary's doll's house, where water actually flows from the taps and the bottles contain real wine. I wonder if I can move in. Yeah, you keep coming over and greeting us like that. What's the problem? Okay, what's happened to your wing? So it's Monday morning. It's the calm after the storm really, because obviously we've had Storm Alex and we've just had a whole weekend of rain and more rain, and then look, wonderful sunshine. You can just make out the castle, Windsor Castle behind me. And I thought, oh, today it'd be brilliant to actually come and have a look for some fungus, because all that damp weather is brilliant for fungus. For fungus. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, all on its own. Is that all flat? So Zephyr's in goal today. Good. Oh. Oh, good save! Good save by the goalie. I know this is ridiculous, but I actually want to score against Zephyr now. Zephyr, come on, bring me the ball. Come on, Zeph. Come on. I'm going to try and get a goal. Come, Zeph. Zephyr, come. So I'm not playing that game anymore. Are you saying that we can play football again? But you hogged the ball, you wouldn't let me have it.
Are you going to let me try and score a goal? Drop the ball. Good girl. Oh no, she just found. She's found another ball. What? Can we do the football? Can we do the football first, please?
Zephyr saves it, but then look, she's taken her eye off the ball.
Now my chance. Yeah! Yes! Oh. I got that ball in. Everyone saw it. Okay, you had to have a tennis ball in your mouth first. Doesn't matter. I still scored it.
So obviously as the days are going past in the week, and this is still at the beginning of the week, I'm paying close attention to the flow of the river, and on the Thames flow it gives you a guide of actually how the weather's doing. And of course we can't move still, and also we are starting to run low on resources like water. But also I spot this goose, this Egyptian goose with this wing hanging out, as you've seen in the picture. And I was really worried about that. There's a contact number that you can phone along the Thames, and it's really for the swans. But I decided to telephone it and explain about the condition of this goose. And the lady knew the goose well, and she said that the goose was suffering from angel wing. And angel wing happens with a lot of water-based birds that are fed a high-carb diet. For example, lots of people feeding them bread, and therefore they don't take on the nutrients and vitamins, and as a result their wings twist and break, and also it means that it will never fly again. But the lady on the telephone was happy that the bird was okay because it was in a flock, and therefore it was protected by all the birds around it. It could eat and it could swim. So they weren't worried about. So what with everything else going on, I've now spent the whole week checking on this poor goose, making sure it's okay. But on a positive note, on the goose front, a new goose arrived on the scene. That's the barnacle goose. And barnacle geese, they migrate here from colder climes like Greenland, Svalbard and parts of Scotland, and they stay here through the winter. But this one's all on its lonesome. And it reminded me like when you try to meet your friends somewhere and you get off at the wrong platform. So by Tuesday, checking the Thames flow, and once again the water is still in red, so we can't move our boat. And to take my mind off things after doing all the work that I have to do on the boat, I went for a walk looking for fungus. October is a brilliant time to look for fungus. If you want to take your mind off your worries, go and have a look for some fungus, because it's just incredible stuff to look at. And on the Wednesday, I thought it would be brilliant if I could walk to the Great Windsor Park, because I thought there must be some fine specimens of fungus there. I don't know whether or not they knew I was coming, because they closed off the deer park. And I know that there was good fungus in there because I read the sign.
Fungi have their very own kingdom, and rightly so, for their existence is vital to life on Earth. Some are so small they are not visible by the naked eye, and are in the air and indeed our very own bodies. It is thought that 90% of the estimated 3.8 million fungi are currently unknown to science. Fungi are Jekyll and Hyde characters, as on one hand they are used in medicines and also hold the promise to breaking down plastics and generating new types of biofuels, yet on the other hand some devastate trees, crops, plants and amphibians. There's thought to be 15,000 types in the UK. Professor Willis said, "We ignore fungi at our peril. This is a kingdom we have to start to take seriously."
So today's Friday, exactly a week and 1 day since we moored here. Let me update you with the situation so far.
So we still haven't moved. We're in between Bobley Lock and Romney Lock, and therefore we cannot move. The toilet light has just come on, which means our tank is full and we cannot move in order to pump out our toilet. We've also run very low on water, so we're currently using the rain catcher to try to fill up the tank. Oh, and the feet on the roof. Some moments ago I heard something, ran outside and caught this little culprit on my roof.
So it's the time for the mindful cruise, and I definitely need to, even though I've done this mindful cruise, I definitely need to sit and watch this again myself. So this is when we left our mooring at Boveney and we cruised on the wonderful, if not slightly flooded and dangerous River Thames, all the way, I've got to stay mindful, sorry about that last comment, all the way to Windsor, where we are moored in a beautiful spot. Please sit back, relax and enjoy this mindful cruise, and stay tuned for next week.
Mushrooms by Sylvia Plath. Overnight, very whitely, discreetly, very quietly, our toes, our noses take hold on the loam, acquire the air. Nobody sees us, stops us, betrays us, the small grains make room. Soft fists insist on heaving the needles, the leafy bedding, even the paving. Our hammers, our rams, earless and eyeless, perfectly voiceless, widen the crannies, shoulder through holes. We diet on water, on crumbs of shadow, bland-mannered, asking little or nothing. So many of us, so many of us. We are shelves, we are tables, we are meek, we are edible, nudgers and shovers in spite of ourselves. Our kind multiplies. We shall by morning inherit the earth, our foot's in the door.